Last one I'm going to do before I quit for the evening is between Jungle Hunt and Combat, and I figured Combat would take up less time. I don't have the directions for it, but I do know there are variations. So if somebody wants me to see a variation, look it up online somewhere, tell me what you want, and I'll punch it in on the Atari and we'll rock and roll. But for now, let's just do, I believe it's a couple of tanks shooting at each other. That's pretty much it. Yeah. Remember if you can go off screen. Let's see if I can get it. No, see, I want to play against a computer. How do you do that? I know there's a way to do it. Hold on. I'm just going to flat out fuck with things because there is a way to make see? I thought there was a way to play two-player. I need to plug my controller over here. Let's see what that does. I thought for sure. Well, oops. That answers that question too. Must be a way to do this with two players. Play against a computer because I thought in one of my other videos. Well, this may be a short video then, but that's okay. I'll have to look it up and see if you can play it with one player against a computer, folks. And if you can do that, I will make that my priority tomorrow to turn on the computer and try and kick its ass. But for right now, I do like how when you shoot vehicles, they zoom across the screen like that and spin out of control. In fact, I'll give a short history lesson on some tank games I have had that is not video game related. I've had one of them was they're all remote controlled. I'll tell you that right now. Mine. So it was a pair remote controlled tank. She filled it up full of fake smoke, and then you started shooting at your opponent, and then a little laser beam was detected on the other person's tank. And if it landed enough times, this fake smoke would pop out and your driver would get flung out of his tank as if it exploded. That one was cool. Again, I'm not sure what happened to any of this RC remote control stuff. I even had a remote controlled backhoe at one point that I took to that L is because I wanted to play with it so badly, so I put it up on the table and used it to drag the salt shaker near me with the actual digging part in the back. Anyway, the other tank game I had, which, if it was still in one piece, and I actually think it might be in my closet, maybe, if it was still in one piece, like the tracks were still in the things, would I play it? No, not again, because it looked cool on paper, but when you play it, oh my god, it is as bad as it sounds. Basically, you have a controller, and there's two difficulty settings. There's, let's just to paraphrase it, easy and hard. And I forgot which was which, but essentially you could switch it so that your opponent got it worse than you did. And what did they get worse than you? Oh yeah, if you hit your opponent's tank, it sent a shock to their controller and you got zapped. Like legit, when you know, the shocking pens, shocking gum, static electricity shock, something like that, you would feel it, and that shit hurt. And the first time I got it, I was like, oh, this will be cool, this will be fun, I want this, I really do, because it'd be fun to play, not realizing I hate being shocked. In fact, as I load this up again and shoot 7 more times with my opponent, I'll tell you. Essentially, I had a friend once who needed help with his pen. For some reason it wasn't clicking or whatever. And I did not know enough about things that can shock to know that pens were one of them. So I went over and I helped him with his pen, and I started clicking it or whatever it was. I want to say it was a pen. Anyway, I got a really nasty shock. And my friend was looking at me, and he was like, I forgot if he laughed or not, but I turned to, oh wait, I think I know what it was. I turned to somebody else and I said, hey, can you watch this for a second? And I'd given, I think, the pen back to the friend. And he was looking at me, trying to gauge, are you okay? You know, what's up? Trying to gauge whether or not I was pissed off. And I remember very specifically that I took my bag of goodies, because we'd just been to FYE, and I just made a purchase. There was like several of us standing there at the time, but I was a little bit skinnier too. Just a bit. So I went ahead and I took, finally I just had to set my bag down by the side, and I forgot what I said, but then I proceeded to run and angrily chase his ass almost out the door of the mall, because we were near one of the mall exits. FYE was near one of them. And he ran out, and we were supposed to go eat dinner across the roadway, across the freeway. Well, I didn't want to walk at the time, even though it's definitely walkable. I've done it. But I told him, you know, afterwards, I had to call him. I go, where'd you go? And the first couple calls, I think he wouldn't answer. And legit, what had happened is, I had scared him so badly, he didn't want to come back and see me. He thought I was going to beat the shit out of him. And you know what? I'm not saying I would have. But if you do that enough to me, shock me enough, I will want to take your body, march you up to an electric fence, and throw you at it. And then go, now how do you feel? Because one time, and this is a perfect example of that, which means this video is about over anyway, because apparently I can't figure out how to get the computer on here right now. I had a friend who had an airsoft gun, and we were shooting targets, and then he wanted to shoot me. And I'm like, does it hurt? And I forgot what he said, but he shot me anyway. That hurt like hell. And he thought it wasn't that big of a deal, so I said, shoot yourself then. I was super pissed at him. I'm like, shoot yourself then, and then come back and tell me it's no big deal. He shot himself, and after that, he wasn't going to shoot anybody anymore. By the way, it also looked like there was a timer on how long you go. So I'm going to look it up tonight myself as soon as I get done with this and see if you can do a 2-player. And if you can, great. If not, I can at least show you the variations and whatnot if somebody looks it up online what they are and says, hey, I want to see one. Anyway, take care. Oh, shit.